Hello and welcome. Today, Kaiserreich as the Austrian Empire, which is a bit torn apart at the moment and has a not too complex focus tree and not the hardest nation to play. But what if I tell you the twist of this being tank only, which I definitely didn't write in the title or in the thumbnail or anything. So total surprise, I know. Yeah, it should make this quite a good challenge. So without further ado, our men, historical, are both unsupported. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, and go. History. Skip. I know I said I wanted to play Ukraine next, but I want to save this for when I have more time. I don't have a lot of time to record today. And I thought a fast challenge like Austria-Hungary tank only would be pretty cool. I'm of course gonna go a bit into industry first. We do actually have some factories, but don't get used to that. Research-wise, I'm gonna be a bit boring with construction and research, but I also want to get into better tanks, so I'm gonna rush down a light tank 2. Production-wise, very important. I'm gonna put everything into tanks because if you don't unpause yet, you don't lose any production efficiency from the standard. And we start with producing light tanks, so if I put all of my mills into that, we get all the efficiency from what we had before. So instead of 3 a week, we now build 5 a day, which is a bit more than 3 a week. And yeah, before I forget, all of these units, I can't use those. Be gone. And thankfully, we don't occupy anything. So yeah, we need tanks here too. It is a horrible rule set, but I do enforce myself to do that. I will also immediately need military experience, so Army Offense Advisor is needed. And yeah, immediately we get the Black Monday. Let's go. We also have an election. I would say with the last playthrough, we went socialist as Russia. So this time I would like to go the other side. So we're gonna go conservative with Austria. And I personally enjoy the most the embrace pluralism path because it's a nice solution to our current problem. Basically allowing some local autonomy and getting everyone into that. I do enjoy some Austrian Empire, but don't think I can fight everyone with tank only. So maybe I come back to that in another video. This means we're gonna support the Christian Democrats and we should allow Otto to go hunting because there's a big chance, yep, that he gives support to the Christian Democrats. We still can't do any focuses though. That's the downside of the Austrian focus tree, that you need to finish the election before you can do anything. And yeah, election time, Christian Democrats win and we unlock this path over here. And that will fix Black Monday for us. So this is actually super important and it gives us some political power. In the background, we should be building a good amount of tanks already. Yes, we are. I would also say let's go a bit into trucks now. And with Air Force being really bad anyways, I'm just gonna delete those. But we do be building a good amount of tanks already. That is super good news. Our tank division is also, it's not allowed yet. I want to have 50% hardness. That's my standard base rule with that. So let's add 1 tank and now it's allowed to be deployed. Very good. Not a good division, but a legal division. So let's do that. Delete everything else and build as much as we can. Because with the Ausgleich, we have to actually win some fighting. Because I love fast tanks, we're gonna go into fast tanks. I do actually really love light tanks. Light tanks in HOI4 are amazing. Circle potential is just great. So over here, we have some political power. I like advices, but I think even more important right now is mobilization. We lose political power gain, but I think with our current build, we have to militarize super fast. Meaning we'll actually stop building civs after this and go into mills immediately. We need them. Tanks are expensive. So we did compromises with the socialists, removing their bad modifier. I would say political power is quite nice to get back, but honestly, we need our industry, so I'm gonna fix Black Monday first. And I gotta be honest, I recorded the Fire Rises yesterday, and it will take me a bit longer to edit than this video, so it's gonna be a next week video. This feels so different. I spent a lot of time in this mod, and I got very used to everything. Now back to normal HOI4, I mean quote-unquote. It's very weird. Support Polish Republic. Sure, why not? I'm not sure if it helps me, but maybe it does. We also have the light tank research. I'm gonna go into the better gun now. And once we're done with the armor 2, I will build a new tank. We're already collecting arm experience. That's super nice. Could actually also go into... Oh, we need this before that. Oh, we need a lot of arm experience for that. But we will get a war very soon, so to be fair, we might just get that. Oh yeah, and also radio. Radio is super important. So, the all-Ukrainian Democratic Movement. Do we help them or not? I actually think Democratic Ukraine can be like more influenced by Austria, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna do that. I think the authoritarian Ukraine is more pro-Germany, while the democratic one is easier influenced by by us. And we also got inflation under control. Now let's do careful investments to nearly fix Black Monday. And after we did the last focus, for which you of course have to do these over here, giving us more space to build and political power back, we get a really nice modifier. That is super nice for here. And it's gonna help a lot. We're still behind on tanks, and those are super cheap tanks. I have to say we're super lucky that Austria starts building like one tank at the beginning. Otherwise I can't do this production trick, and that helps a lot. It really does help a lot. But I did just notice that we 100% need trains too. So we're gonna help Bulgaria, at least try. As for our first advisor, I'm just gonna get myself a political power dude. There's others that I also like a lot, like the war industrialists or research and efficiency bonuses. Very nice. Also over here, stability. Stability does play into a lot of modifiers. Okay, then I change my mind. I'm not gonna get this dude, I'm gonna get this dude, because stability is super nice. So Balkan War is starting. I'm gonna send over one tank. Very good. Wish I could send more, but I can't. We'll probably also need some guns. I'm gonna send them like 5,000. I hope they can do something with that. Very good. And I hope they survive, because they're already next to the capital and don't have enough troops, so this might end bad. Focus tree-wise, we fixed nearly everything, so let's get the very nice modifier and get rid of Black Monday. Let's also get mobile warfare doctrine and start building on our tank. Focus tree-wise, we are done with this over here. I would say we rush down some more industry, because that would be super nice. I'm also happy with this tank now. Just gonna put it to auto upgrade. Way more expensive than the tank we had before, but it's also way better. So we go from basic light tank with nothing on it to this here, which has a lot more on it. Okay, the Ausgleich is starting. I'm just gonna be super nice and invite everyone. Yeah, the Hungarians will not like that, but it needs to be done. Everyone attends. Hungarian delegate holds a speech about how great Austria-Hungary was and how great it is not anymore. Remove him. Hungary demands reparation. No. Bohemia asks for a Slovak state. Yes. Hungary leaves the negotiations. Yeah, the strategy here is to just bully Hungary and dismantle them, which is the way to get pluralism done. But we have to fight them though. This is why we need more tanks right now. And I'm fighting this over here to get some experience. Let's see if it works. You know what? Research. Pretty solid. Let's take it. Ausgleich is also done. And yeah, let's force Hungary to remove the troops from the disputed territory. It will surely end peacefully and not without any problems. Yes, I'm just gonna draw this line here, just in case. But I'm sure they will just peacefully withdraw. I do need some more fuel. Partial mobilization is great though. I'm gonna take that. Hungary refuses, then let's go in. Meaning we stop our support over here, sadly. But we can just stomp them now, hopefully. I mean, we did encircle a lot over here. That is kind of nice. If you actually get rid of that, this will be a huge win. Yeah, this is actually not too easy. It's not the hardest thing I've ever done, but the Hungarians actually have quite the army. I think they get some spawned-in units or something. Not gonna lie, this is not the easiest thing I've done. But this encirclement was very helpful. And yeah, won. Cool. I'm just gonna take everything, and we release the land we promised. Sorry to my Hungarian viewers, but yeah, we need this, okay? I'm sorry. Also gonna send some volunteers all over the world to help in some civil wars, and I hope that makes a difference. Two choices now, and dual rule, which means I will be at war with everyone. Not this time. So let's embrace pluralism, release some more subjects, and get political power. That is genuinely nice. Bulgaria is lost, but you know, that's just bad luck. Nothing I could do. But Italy is very winnable, especially with the different puppets. I can set up to 3 tanks in here, which makes this quite good. Also, I'm very behind in tanks because of the last war. Pluralism is embraced. Let's make a federation of equals. More political power, a negative modifier for a year, so we should do this as soon as possible, and then we can unite our nation. We have a federation of equals now. Let's decentralize development, giving us a good construction bonus and all the other puppets too. That is, once again, super nice, especially because I'm already spamming mills. We're up to 37, which is not a lot compared to Germany, but actually, we are not that far off. But to be fair, that didn't probably build mills yet. And we have more than France. That is actually nice. Okay, I just got the message that the entire Belgrade pack will declare war on me in a month, and I didn't expect that. Oh no, I'm totally not prepared. But I imagine they do it because I have a very small military, and I'm pretty alone right now. I think if I really quick build up at least some kind of decent air force, I might have a chance. Might. But I don't have the new plane researched. Oh my god. A lot of mills here though, so I really imagine I have to rush down these, because there's like 4 mills here, another 6 mills here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Before I started, I will probably get Transylvania. I know there's a focus for that. I am not ready at all, but I should be able to support some of the front lines. Okay, funnily enough, I get some more time to prepare. because they don't declare war on my puppets and only me. Oh, so I get actually some time to get all of my troops back. That is good news. I will do some fighting now, so I'm gonna call in this over here, and we should push now. Okay, so far, generally speaking, so good. Yeah, I didn't actually call in the other puppets, so frontline is safe. I know this is a bit cheesy, but you have to understand, I'm not prepared at all. I have a super small tank army, and I wanted to play more of a supportive role in the war. I don't even have an air force yet, so I'm really quick building some planes now, but I might actually not even need them. This is generally not bad news. Yeah, no, they declared one Transylvania now, so we are on a little bit of time pressure now. Might gonna try some force attacks to speed this up, because I think we can kick Serbia out, which would be huge. Yep, I thought as much. So Serbia is gone. That is enormously good news. Germans and volunteers. That is actually, I'm gonna take that. Big push in the middle, and I kind of rushed down Maintenance Company 2 for easy maintenance to make these tanks more reliable and cheaper. So I'm gonna add definitely that. Very good. Yeah, I think this war is won. Nice. And got some navy out of it. Good. Yeah, I was totally not ready for this war. This was a horrible war. I lost Transylvania. That was not nice. But that should allow me to release a Romanian monarchy, liberate Transylvania, 100%, grant it to Illyrian allies. Can I core it then? That would be actually huge. You know what? We want to influence them, so I'm gonna grant it to Ukraine. And we kind of want to punish Romania. I know they're our puppet now, but I'm not taking kindly to that. Can give this to Bulgaria in exchange for an alliance. Oh, that is huge. They say yes. That is actually super nice. Wait, I wanted to give them the land, and now they don't. Wait, what? I think that was kind of broke, because they didn't get the land. They just didn't get the land. It went to Illyria. I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, in the background, I have gotten down to the mills. So our military economy will be super nice in a second. We can't do this just yet, because we still have this spirit for 2 more months. So let's get some tips. And maybe an air force guy, because I really need some air force. Italian war is also going very much into our direction, but I think we have to rush it down, otherwise the French will intervene, and that would be bad. Also, very nice dude for mobile warfare. I'm gonna get him. Makes this a lot cheaper, plus our tanks are faster now. We also got Poland into our realm now. They're also democratic now. You're welcome, Poland. Now let's see if we can do the same with Ukraine. I don't think so, but maybe. Okay, Ottoman war is happening. I'm not sure if I can help with that. I will try to finish Italy before that. My tanks are kind of limited, at least my attention span to micro all of the tanks. And with that focus done, we can finally start working on uniting our nation. Let's do that. Firstly, political power. And also a very big encirclement over here. That is a crazy amount of troops here. Yeah, let's go. Oh, beautiful. I think that's that war won, by the way. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, even if France intervenes now, that's so many communist troops gone. That must have super weakened them. Firstly, let's deal with Hungary and then inherit the rest. Bohemia accepts, the Polish provinces accept, and Illyria accepts. Beautiful. Only these missing, and yeah, we just do that next. Big boost in my industry, which I will like, because maybe I need more tanks, because I made the divisions bigger. A lot bigger. Getting the resources of the province, though, is beautiful, because I have so much of my industry back now. This is actually amazing. And I get a new Fate of Serbia event, plus we have to return the land. Yeah, I guess it's a decision for when I take over, so sure. Fate of Serbia, monarchy. You're welcome, Serbia. Return Serbian lands. There you go. American Civil War is kinda weird. There might actually be a New England winning because of Canada. That's so stupid. Kinda cool, but stupid. We've also finished that focus over here. I don't need stability and war support. I'd rather take the other stuff. Yeah, let's get the civs over here. Slovakia accepts, Transylvania accepts, and Hungary accepts. Look at that beautiful United States of Greater Austria. Very nice. Not the USA we wanted, but the USA we needed, I guess. And I got an achievement. Didn't know this existed in Kaiserreich, but kinda cool. I can't help them directly, but I will send the Ottomans like big equipment, and I hope they kinda take care of most of this stuff for themselves. Otherwise, this is problematic. Italy war is over though. Super good news. And we did kinda influence the Italian Republic, so they should be nice to us. They are in Middle Europa, which is a good sign that we just won an ally. And I will send some volunteers to the Ottomans, because otherwise they will probably die, which I really don't want. Italy wants to join our alliance. Very beautiful. Yeah, I gotta say, I think I carved myself out a good sphere of influence with Poland, the Balkan under my boot. They deserve that. And Italy. Nice encirclements with Russian units in the Ottoman territory, which I kinda try my best to consolidate. I'm sending them a lot of equipment, but there's only so much I can do, because they are really scripted to fall apart. To my Turkish viewers, I hope you appreciate my efforts here. I'm sending them everything I have gun-wise. And yeah, more encirclements. I think we actually might be able want to control most of the supply points over here, which would be huge in terms of encirclement. I did spot that the Russians are justifying now, but to be fair, I think I'm really well prepared. My tanks don't look that ready yet, but that's because I'm built so much at once. We're missing around 1,000 tanks, which is nothing compared to what I missed before, gotta be honest. And I'm about to research the next engine for my planes, turning them into really good fighters and CAS. Plus my war economy is now 130 mils versus the Russians not even 90, and the French maybe 70. So I'm very optimistic. And I also think when the Russians have to retreat over here, the Ottomans should win this, even though it's not looking that good actually, because I did send them a lot of guns. I take it back. They just gave up. Oh no. I guess it's a scripted piece once they reach this point. But yeah, I tried my best. I gave them so much guns. Sadly, the one tank wasn't enough. Poland wants my territories. I have to be honest, we are still Austrian, right? And I don't imagine the Austrians would give away this land just because Poland asked for unification. They are our allies, but like, no. And they joined the Reichspakt, yeah. But we gained Greece, look at that. And here it begins. I'm not sure when I'm allowed to join, but we have a nice alliance block. So once we join, we should be a great help. And yeah, in America, New England won. That is kind of funny. Means we will have no allies over there, but still funny. And we can join because we finished the focus, embrace pluralism. Yes, let's go. Thanks, come over to Ukraine. We have an ally to save. Or the Russians will be pushing over there. Last, can I build airports now? I can. Okay, that has a high priority because I built up a good air force. I think I'm about to make a good pocket over here. Yeah, look at that. And that's why I like fast tanks, because they can do stuff like this. And I'm pretty sure the Russians should feel these losses. Yeah, that is beautiful. Goodbye. Russians lost right there. Maybe 500,000. They had not a lot of losses yet. We're like at 12k. And I know it says Ukrainian losses, but guess which tanks did that? Mine. But I would say let's not stand still. Let's push. I was scared for a second that the Serbians declared war on me again. Nope, the Russians declared war on Serbia. Yeah, I'm not scared. By the way, I have a lot of political power. I should use this. I have a general staff. I have basically everything done. I can't even go to war economy. I don't have the war support. And I have no fuel for my tanks. That's bad. Let me just get more from Romania. That's still not enough. That is not good. How did the Russians land over here? Oh no, they pushed. Okay, maybe we can push them back if I go there. I think I have to remove these troops over here. By the way, I'm not involved with the French, but my allies. If these troops are not used, I will definitely deploy them over here to hold this front line, because apparently the AI really struggles because there's nothing here. There's just no units. What we can do is make better planes now with cannon 2s and full bombs. These should now really hurt. But yeah, my fuel consumption is kind of crazy. I have to say that. I do consume crazy amounts of fuel. Yeah, Königsberg is reclaimed. We are pushing deep into the motherland. I think we got this. And I might actually also think helping against the French first would be better, because the Russian war will be, you know, that will be going on for quite a while. I think I changed the momentum over here to make this possible. I will keep the troops over here so they don't lose that. But generally speaking, I think fighting against the French and taking them out quick would be enormously good for our war efforts. And we can also go to war economy now. Very beautiful. And my tanks drove into Paris. I think this shall be celebrated as a great victory very soon. And I will use this momentum to further destabilize their front lines. Nice encirclement over here, by the way. Gotta say, good job, AI. Yeah, France is really collapsing now. Also trying a nice encirclement over here right next to Poland. And if we can get this in time, this would be super nice. And we do. All of this is now encircled. Yeah, this is a way easier World War than the Russia video. And that was not a tank-only challenge. That was just a normal recording. But to be fair, I have competent allies this time around, so that helps. Very nice encirclement is done over here, bringing the Russian losses up to 1.1 million now. That's a lot. Mine are still 91k. Pretty good. I'm just following an attack order here. I'm just doing some micro in between. So my losses for my army are quite high, but because I use tanks, they are still very limited. More encirclements over here. Yeah, I think the mainland French army is just completely collapsing. So the rest here should be easy. Even the Netherlands did a naval landing over here. It's so stupid. Even more encirclements. Yeah, this is just super nice at this point. I also just asked the Netherlands if they give me some land, and they did. So maybe I get all the conquered land now. Would be good. I do need tanks now to occupy this, but how about we just say no garrison? If we win this war faster than they can revolt, I'm fine, okay? Now, yeah, France is gone. I don't have the biggest war participation, so yeah, I got most of it. Very cool. Germany gave it back to the Entente. I might need to give it back to the Entente. Yeah, okay. I did this for nothing. I got most of it, okay? On paper, this is my victory, and I totally chose to give it back, so I am the good guy. Okay, Spain is gone, which should allow allow us to just focus on the Russians now. Currently just waiting for deep snow to disappear, and I think that we can start the offensive. Modify is gone, so let's push. Can I just drive into Moscow? Oh, I'm super slow now because of supply, but I might actually do it. Yeah, I did it. I just drove into Moscow. Driving in my car. Focus tree-wise in the background, I just really reformed my army, and let's do the new KUK army for some nice modifiers. Armor attack is actually nice. Didn't notice that before, but this actually takes into context what path you went down and then applies it here. That's super cool, actually. I didn't actually notice yet, but we're fighting the Republic of Russia, so they actually went down democracy. That explains why they liberated Estonia and Latvia instead of, you know. But they attacked us, so we are the good guys. Let's go. Don't forget, you can't lose in HOI4 if you are the good guys, because then you have plot armor, and then you can't lose. It's easy. Even my horrible tank divisions can pull this off. They're actually not that bad, but they're also far away from being good, especially with no supply. This is such a threat. I'm losing so many tanks here. The Germans are actually about to capitulate the British. I had nothing to do with that. I brought my navy over, so if there's an opportunity, I can naval land, but I guess they didn't need my help for that. It would be a good victory. I'm actually gonna lend them my air force for that. Big lag. Actually stuck for like 30 seconds now. What is going on? Did we win the war or did I lose my PC? Yeah, okay, we won the war. That is good. Okay, all the ships were gone, so I couldn't take navy anymore, so I was fighting for land. Oh, okay, I have no idea what to do with the land. I think I'm just gonna return it once I'm at peace. As for Britain, I will just, yeah, send my tanks over and finish that. Yeah, once my tanks arrive, this stalemate is not so stale anymore. London falls immediately. As I said, I kinda love light tanks. They're super cool. Quick encirclements, fast progress, as long as I have supply. If they don't have supply, tanks become really bad. So in Russia, it was a bit harder to work with them, but in densely populated land like Britain, where you have a lot of supply hubs, it is super easy. You just dominate with a few tanks. It's great. Losses-wise, I mean, I probably lost more to Russia, and I forgot to look at that, but Britain gets, like, really pounded here. They have very high losses. And yeah, they're gone. Once again, I'm gonna try to steal some navy, because I would just need to give back the land, so I'm just stealing all of the ships. Yeah, I literally just stole everyone's navy. And yeah, as Austria survived the Second Weltkrieg and ensure your faction controls Belgrade and Bucharest. Super nice. We can do the fate of this. What? Why do I control land over here again? Someone is giving me land. I didn't take any land. Why? And who are we still at war with? No. No. Have I? Without a faction? No. I'm just gonna real quick bring the British Navy over here. I mean, of course, the Austrian Navy. And do this. And yeah, as I expected, Germany gave back Great Britain to Canada. So we have no ill will with the Entente. That is nice. Norwegian Peace Conference, I have no points. I have like nothing. The Germans are finishing up this war over here, so I don't need to take care of that. It's literally just the capital city basically left. So, now that my troops are over here, let me just do this real quick and send them out. Oh, they're already losing to Australia. I might prepare something redundant, but I don't care. Hawaii is gone. Good. I can finally send my men home. And that war is over too. Finally. Gonna demobilize the economy. Gonna give back Finland, Ukraine, Belarus, and Turkmenistan. Gonna reform my own faction again. And yeah, I think we carved ourselves out a very nice empire with a special twist. Personally, fun video. Not super sweaty, but still a good focus tree. For my division, it is pretty simple. I might have had a lot of industry, but not that much. As for my industry, that was pretty good. As always, my supporters, I love you. You can look forward now to a very cool video next week. And I will be diving down now and spend the rest of the day editing on the mega campaign. Until then, wish you all the best. Bye.